What is going on with condominiums and condominium insurance? We're getting lots of phone calls recently about what's happening, and I think it's blown up a little bit on social media, but these guidelines actually have been around for a while. So let me explain it to you. Before I do that, I'm going to quickly say that we have a 15-minute Realtor Zoom call coming up probably sometime next week. If you will text us at this number that's on your screen or email us at this email that's on your screen, we will RSVP you and you can join that call and I'll do a deeper dive on this. But from a high level standpoint, you've got two pieces to condominium insurance. You've got the master policy and you've got a per unit deductible. So for example, if a complex had a master policy that was $10 million to cover everything in that policy, Fannie Mae Freddie Mac guidelines say is that no peril can exceed 5% of that number. So on a $10 million policy, that's $500,000. So if the place burnt down and there was a fire, your deductible for that fire can't exceed $500,000 for the whole complex. Or for water is another big one. So on top of that, and this is where people get messed up, is there's also a maximum per unit deductible. So a lot of these policies will have a separate deductible per unit. So for example, water is a very common one. And the way you determine what the per unit deductible is you take the complex's deductible, the $500,000 that we talked about, and you divide it. So let's say that the policy, still talking about there's 100 units in this complex. So the maximum deductible for the entire complex is $500,000. But if you divide that by 100 units, what that means is no one unit can have a deductible that's over $5,000. So that's where we run into issues with these deductibles. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There's some ways around it. Freddie Mac basically shuts you down and you're done. Fannie Mae will allow potential buyer to add it to their HO6 policy, their insurance policy, almost as like a gap coverage. But we'll get into that more if you want more detail. Thanks so much and hope that helped you.